Hey guys, it's 21 Maxwell here and welcome to another WWE update video. We're on now to day 4 of the WWE World Grand Prix, which is the second round of Block B matches. We've learned a lot so far. We've learned about what kind of works, what doesn't work, what we should be aiming for, and how having so many frequent events on pay-per-view affects our buy rate. So expect this to be even lower, although it is a week on from the last one, or at least 4 days on the third week. But it's came at a cost. We've had an injury on SmackDown, which I will announce during the show, which is pretty major in terms of one of our divisions. But only one guy suffering from fatigue so far, and that has been John Cena. And of course, he had to be in our main event tonight. So we'll carry on with this anyway, as we book the second batch of Group B matches. From the Great Lakes region, here is WWE World Grand Prix, Day 4. So we start off with an ECW showcase match in the pre-show. And in a pre-show bout that had subpar wrestling and little heat, with the team of Zack Sabre Jr., Will Ospreay, Rich Swann, Katsuhiko Nakajima, and Jervis Cottonbelly, everybody's favourite gentleman, defeating the team of Scott Dawson, Dash Wilder, Cody Rhodes, Sheamus, and Ty Dillinger, when Jervis Cottonbelly defeated Ty Dillinger by pinfall with a Sachamagi sneak. In terms of in-ring work, Zack Sabre Jr. was head and shoulders above everyone else, and a very respectable C62 opener, so proud of him for that. Unfortunately, I still seem to be having this bug with Rich Swann where it keeps debuting a new gimmick every show, so I don't know whether, because of his injury, maybe to let him go for a period of time, release him, and then bring him back later on, or maybe even just send him back to NXT and bring him back up, but that's pretty annoying, because every time his gimmick is rated awful. Apart from that, he was slowed down by his injury. Scott Dawson not suited to his gimmick. We had a 59 performance for Cottonbelly, 56 for Nakajima, 43 for Rich Swann, 62 for Will Ospreay, 71 for Zack Sabre Jr. A in-ring rating of 51 for Ty Dillinger, 62 for Sheamus, 60 for Cody Rhodes, 57 for Dash Wilder, and a disappointing 47 for Scott Dawson. Skill improvements, Nakajima performance skills as well as Will Ospreay, and Scott Dawson had improvements in technical and in performance skills. Quite a few negatives here, but it is ECW, a long way to go, and these guys, the younger guys anyway, will be getting big pushes in the future. So start the proper show, and it's John Cena and Dean Ambrose are in for a promo. This is your main event for Block B tonight. Both of these guys are baby faces on the Raw brand. So a promo here, A90, and I think the 42,375 in attendance would enjoy that. But it got the show off to a strong start, got the crowd hotter. Fantastic from Ambrose, excellent from Cena, and Dean did a good job of improvising well ahead of tonight's main event, which may disappoint a little bit because it's two baby faces. But our opening contest in Block B was a superb match between two villains, and it was Randy Orton defeating Rusev in 1830 by pinfall with an RKO. So a B79, let's get the crowd hotter. Randy Orton with a 90 performance to Rusev's 80. No skill improvements in this instance. A negative here would obviously be the fact they're both heels. Stamina for Rusev and his low morale. So disappointed it was only a B79, but to be expected, and a good win for Randy Orton. Then have a music video to promote that Brock Lesnar will be on the show today. We're going to bring him back, a rare appearance for him. Like we've done with The Undertaker, bringing him in for one show. Same with Brock, we'll give him an appearance, and he's in a big multi-man match tonight even. And that's a B79 for Brock. And we have a tag team match. And about they had some decent wrestling with little heat. We had the team of Emma and Billie Kay from Raw defeat the team of Asuka and Charlotte from SmackDown in 8:05 when Emma defeated Asuka by pinfall with a roaring elbow. But during the match we had Charlotte turn on Asuka to turn face. She's enough of Asuka's crap basically. A C64 is a good rating. Emma was off her game, Charlotte hinting at the turn, which obviously happened. Billie Kay with a 58, 62 from Emma, a 64 from Charlotte, and a 57 from Asuka. Continues the women's SmackDown storyline. Charlotte improving Rumble skills while Emma and Asuka improved performance. Negatives here, holding back again from the women, which is a bit disappointing. But I say it's been 8 segments. We're going to turn Charlotte face. I know she's not really been decent and not really had much of a push as a heel, but I feel like there's something that's going to happen, which is why we need to do it. So we'll complete the turn. This will automatically change the gimmick as well, which as you can see is going to be turncoat to girl next door. And the gimmick went well, went to very good, which I was shocked at because she hadn't been a turncoat for very long. And the turn went down well, so that's good. So she's babyface now, and you'll see momentarily why this went down. So it's a promo from Becky Lynch, B76. Basically on SmackDown it was Becky Lynch versus Io Shirai. I believe that's how it's pronounced, making her debut. And basically Becky Lynch has Achilles tendonitis, which means she can still wrestle, but it's going to affect her performance. And that's going to happen to affect her for 1 year, 2 months and 1 week. So basically taking her up all the way to January 2019. So effectively all of next year, the rest of this year, so through next year's Mania, and most of the run next year at Mania. Absolutely disappointed, because Becky's obviously last year's Wrestler of the Year. In the mid awards in July, she was voted to be Wrestler of the Year so far for the females, and it looks like she's probably not going to win it this year, and very unlikely to win it next year. So disappointing. She's obviously going to help a lot of the division, so that's going to stall Becky's push a little bit going forward. But back into our Block B, and in Superb Wrestling and Great Heat, Apollo Crews defeats Big E in 1817 with a standing shooting star press. This is a B78. The match had very little flow to it because nobody did the psychology, which is disappointing. So we need to keep working Big E and Apollo Crews with guys with good psychology. And 95 from Apollo Crews, 89 from Big E. No skill improvements. Psychology is going to be one. Surprised storyline wasn't a factor there. But still, a lot to work on. They're certainly young enough where we can improve their skill set. Next up, a promo from the Tag Team Champions, the Vaudevillains, and this is a B-76 before they have a title defense tonight. And then we have a music video promoting the tag team that is System X. I can't even remember who that is. Basically, it's 2 Japanese wrestlers we've signed who I don't know a lot about, in all honesty, but they got really over in this save because of the way New Japan's TV deal worked in the US, and I decided they were young enough I could sign them, put them in as the tag team, and then eventually build them up to being big stars. But we'll see who it is next time, next segment, because they're in it. And it happened to be a fatal 4-way match for the Tag Team Championships, and a decent match with the Vaudevillains defeat American Alpha, System X, and Gallows and Anderson in 1306 when Aiden English defeated Chad Gable by pinfall by using underhanded tactics, and the Vaudevillains make defense number 4 of the WWE World Tag Team titles. So a B80. Chad Gable's getting better at his gimmick. He gets 63. A 64 for Jason Jordan. Hayato Junior Fujita is the one on the right here. He gets 75. A 64 for Dachi Hashimoto. That's him with 69, so that's pretty decent. 81 for Aiden English and Simon Gotch. And Carl Anderson went 80 and a 75 for Luke Gallows. So there you go, it is Hashimoto, Fujita is the new tag team in the System X. And you can tell I'm very uncreative with names, but going forward, you know, they're going to be getting a good push, I think. Still young, plenty of time. Hopefully help our thriving tag division. Carl Anderson and Chad Gable improving performance skills. A few negatives as to be expected, but overall a B80 is still very good. Then we've got a promo, The Miz, just talking shit about Chris Jericho basically, continuing their segment, or their storyline with the segment. That's a B-72 because they've been at it, of course continuing the whole Hollywood versus Rockstar storyline. And then in about that had Superb Wrestling and Great Heat, we had Kevin Owens defeat Luke Harper in 1753 with a package pile driver following interference from John Cena. This is a B+84. 2 heels, so I'm pretty happy that I get a B+84. Owens with a 94 and 86 for Luke Harper. The New Age of Wyatt storyline has advanced. Harper improving Rumble and technical skills. A few negatives there, the low heat, the stamina, and the odd heel face combination, but Cena's obviously in a feud at the moment with the lesser Wyatts of the group, basically everyone bar Bray, and there's been a few things on Raw and whatever, so Cena decided to stick his nose in Harper's business. And then we get a promo from everyone bar Bray Wyatt, which is of course Harper, Strowman and Corbin, saying some words to Cena, and that's a C+70. Harper was good. It's going to help the rest of them get a promo without Bray and see where they stand, and all positives there going forward. Next up, basically just Paul Heyman talking to Brock Lesnar, just saying you're ready for this, you're back in action. It's another hype video to prepare for the return of Lesnar here. That's a B+87. The performance of Brock Lesnar was good. Lesnar improving acting skills. Not be long till he's back. Maybe not for Survivor Series, but definitely the Rumble onwards will bring him back full time from Rumble to Mania. And not our best 5-on-5 by any stretch of the imagination, just a B81. It was about that had superb wrestling and great heat, as we had the team of Roman Reigns, Cesaro, Bray Wyatt, The Miz and Brock Lesnar defeat the team of CM Punk, Finn Balor, Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura and Chris Jericho in 1726 when Bray Wyatt defeated Chris Jericho by pinfall with a standing senton splash. Jericho was a weak link, struggling to keep up with everyone else's in-ring performance. This was a B81. I might get to the stage maybe even after Mania. I'll just sit and just change all the finishers I've finally stumbled across. I might be able to do it in midst of game. We'll bring in Sister Abigail, we'll bring in the real names like Kanishiwa, or Nakamura's is called, and Haluva Kick for Sami Zayn and stuff like that. Jericho and Reigns both off their games disappointing. Jericho was a 67, and you look at that run there, a 94 for Nakamura and Balor as well, a 96 for Sami Zayn, a 95 for CM Punk, 85 Brock Lesnar, 88 The Miz, 100 for Bray Wyatt, who's just been on an incredible run of form recently, 93 Cesaro, 96 Roman Reigns, and 2 storylines. Advance with this segment. CM Punk is improving technical skills. Few negatives here. Declining physical ability in Brock and Jericho, stamina for Jericho, couple of inconsistencies as well as with the capped match because it was 17 minutes. Then we have a video hyping up AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins, basically just kind of recapping the fact this was our WrestleMania main event. That's a B-76, so hoping that would have been a bit better than it was. And the match was not very good either, that's worrying. B-75, a superb match, saw Seth Rollins defeat AJ Styles in 20 minutes and 10 with God's Last Gift. 94 for Rollins and 81 for AJ Styles, but again, they just don't seem to get that rating in a matchup that you want. Is it a lack of associated storyline the problem? Is it the declining physical ability? The other thing is, nothing else really affected it too much to make it be that low. Remains to be seen. Hopefully our main event can deliver. Unfortunately, that only gets a B81, so I think we may be losing pop here. In an exceptional match, though, where Dean Ambrose defeat John Cena in their main event in 20 minutes and 44 by pinfall with the headlock driver, following interference from Luke Harper. During the match, we also saw the likes of Braun Strowman and Baron Corbin run in and attack John Cena. So disappointing as a B81, it does continue the new age of the Wyatt storyline. A 90 for John Cena, a 96 for Dean Ambrose. No skill improvements. A few negatives there, of course the odd face heel combination. I'm end the show with John Cena and Dean Ambrose fighting against the new Wyatts, which of course is Corbin, Strowman and Harper. It's a complete brawl, security are trying to break them up, and that's how they fade to black. So B+84, Cena was a real star in this segment, Dean Ambrose came across well, and Corbin and Strowman did not come out of it looking good, but it's one of those things, it helps improve them and get some over, and they're ending effectively a pay-per-view. So I think we might be about an 80 here, losing pop, but overall, it's still a good show. So 82 increased their pop in 4 regions. DirecTV will be on alert to us because We should be aiming for an 83. Overall, it's still not terrible. It gets across some storylines as well. It gets us through another week of the tournament, and again we see what combinations work. We need to try and find ones that are storyline affected. So maybe there could have been, I don't know, Owens and Harper as the main event, or maybe we're right in what we chose, but maybe we needed some more angles to hype it up. But overall, happy with that. You showcased a few new talents. You got to meet the System X. You got to see what's happening in ECW. Get the turn of Charlotte. Hopefully she can push on. So overall, not terrible, but not fantastic. So I don't think I'm going to make any speech to anybody. In fact, actually, I'm just going to go Seth and AJ. And unfortunately for them, it's going to be told they could do better. AJ Styles didn't seem too concerned, and nothing from Seth. So it'll be interesting to see the buy rate and the aftermath here. And we start off with Jim Ross is about to retire, so that's a bit sad. And let's see, Debbie Sharp, who we brought to America by bringing her to WWE, is now joining Global Force Wrestling. Slazia Sparks decides to go to House of Hardcore. I think it might be other people that have been released by us that now have the no compete clauses over. Matt Hardy has re-signed for TNA. Oh, well, guess we won't bring back the Hardys anytime soon. But he's there now. They've obviously sent Yoshitatsu in that massive deal, so that's going to be interesting. Kelly Ray, just a wee radio interview there. But a 3.73, so ECW continues to get some good ratings. TNA Impact was underwhelming. You see MVP there was the former Yoshitatsu. Got a 66 in his there. Not bad, not bad. But as I say, Jim Ross to retire seems to be the main headline there. Mayu Iwatana has now changed her body type to toned. Mark Henry's contract is ending. Not sure what I might do with that. I might just try and get him in a development trainer deal. DirecTV unhappy. Down to a 1.08, so yep, we really have congested the pay-per-view market, so I might need to look at that. Maybe try and sign a special deal to get it on the likes of a TV station or something, because if it comes to worst, it's really going to affect our buy rate for Survivor Series. So we'll see how it goes, but we still have like another probable 14, 15 to go. So I don't want this to be eventually getting like 0 point whatever. So I might need to look at that. It's going to be too early to do it for tonight, because tonight's going to be I don't know, could I delay it to next week? I'll see what I'll do. I'm in 2 nights in. I might even make the schedule to be one tonight and one on Sunday, but they just make it three episodes the first week, 2 episodes the second week, 3 then 2, so I don't completely shatter the wrestlers, and that gives me time to sort out a deal. We'll look into that anyway. But as I say, 1.08 is pretty worrying. Drug test was 4K. John Cena likes Jervis Cottonbelly. CM Punk doesn't like Jason Jordan. And a good TV rating there. And just confirming the signing of Anthony Nese, or Tony Nese. So that's ideal. I'm obviously looking to sign Ultimo Vampiro as well. So if we double click it again, the Grand Prix, 500 odd buys, 1.08. We're getting the attendances, but I feel like we might need to look to get it on television sooner rather than later. We did make money from it. We're up to 191 million. I think we only made about 3 million on pay-per-view revenue there, because I think we're sitting at 42 to start with. So probably just making sure we don't destroy the pay-per-view market with how much income we're going to make from it. So yep, I think I'll go three events then too. So the next one will be in-game anyway on the Sunday. And then after that, we'll start doing it on like a USA Network or something like that, or something where we can afford to get just on television. Because I feel if we keep doing it in pay-per-view, it's just going to keep destroying the buy rate, which is going to cost us more financially long term. But apart from that, that's us now 2 weeks, two matches into the tournament. We still have another 7 to go for each section, so a long way to go. Hopefully we can keep learning and not piss DirecTV off too much. But as always, thanks for tuning in, guys. It's been deeply appreciated. And say we've learned something else today about how we should be booking it and how we should be putting it on television. So I'll look to fix that, and hopefully we can get something again arrange to have a better episode going forward. But I say thanks for watching. Any comments? Anything like if you've encountered anything similar to this, just in general, any TW chat, doesn't have to be this, it can be about your own. Let me know how you're getting on, etc. Any likes and subscriptions are always deeply appreciated as well. It helps spread the word. And until next time, I'll catch you real soon. This is 21 Maxwell signing off. Bye bye.